Hello there, thanks for joining us on CoreTV News this hour. I am Nifemi Oguntoye. The federal government has issued a September 15 deadline for all ministries, departments and agencies to comply with the Treasury Single Account Directive. President Muhammadu Buhari set the date in a communication to all MDAs. The presidency said in a statement issued by the Vice President spokesman Laolu Akonde that all government revenues are expected to go into a TSA domiciled at the central bank. It pointed out that severe sanctions await any public official who fails to comply with the deadline. The directive that was first introduced in early August applies to fully funded ministries, departments, agencies, and foreign missions, as well as the partially funded ones, like teaching hospitals, medical centers, and federal tertiary institutions. Others are agencies like the Central Bank, Customs, FAAN, and NNPC, amongst others. In Plateau State, just like several other states in the country, mixed reactions have trailed the assessment of the All Progressives Congress government in the state under the leadership of Governor Simon Lalong. First 100 days in office. Our correspondent sampled opinions of some eminent Plateau citizens in this report. 100 days after the inauguration of a new administration in Plateau State, mixed reactions have trailed the performance of the new governor. While some say he deserves more time, others say the new administration has nothing to show in terms of achievement.
Well, the first 100 days of ABC on the Plateau, I cannot tentatively say a word about their first 100 days in office, but I know that part of the things they did on the Plateau is the illegal dissolution of the local government council, because there's a Supreme Court judgment.
So far, so good. I can't tell you anything about it because I've not seen anything happening. I've not seen anything happening. So I don't want to lie. I don't want to tell you.
Some legal practitioners are of the opinion that lack of proper constitution of the State Executive Council due to the delay in appointing commissioners has affected the success of the administration.
Within the next 100 days, there are quite a number of things that can be done. Number one, we must address ourselves to the security situation in the state, because as it is, there is no day that passes by that you will not hear of one conflict or the other which will lead to the killing of several people. It's a major area that the government is going.
You see, there are certain information that may not be opportunity to run a state. One should be able to be prepared right from the onset. And therefore, 100 days without the ESCO in place, to me, is not too good. Though we also understand.
It's over 100 days after the inauguration of this administration. Residents of the state are of the opinion that the time is now to hold the leaders accountable for their failed promises. There's a new trend in Ekiti State. Both the government in power and other interested parties are jointly serving the people, while Governor Ayodele Fayose champions stomach infrastructure. An APC chieftain is also reaching out now to commercial motorcyclists in what is clearly seen as a build-up to the 2018 governorship elections. Rashid has details in this report.
This is no race for a trophy, but for getting 2 liters of freely distributed PMS, an act that is fast becoming a trend in Ekiti State politics as the People's Democratic Party and the All Progressives Congress outwit each other in the scheming of winning the heart of the electorate. While the PDP-led government by Ayodele Fayose interacts with the downtrodden with the stomach infrastructure policy, the APC are not left behind with the distribution of 2 liters of fuel to commercial motorcyclists on a monthly basis, sponsored by former Speaker of the state, Femi Bamishila. However, Bafem says it's simply a service to humanity and not a political game.
The process that we're doing is trying to aid the system. We have a problem in Ekiti State that we all know, which is the problem that we don't have too much money here. And so everybody who is well-meaning to the people of Ekiti State, who can give out, should be able to do that for the people of Ekiti.
To the commercial motorcyclists, weighing between Fayose's stomach infrastructure and 2 liters of PMS was a difficult case to judge.
In time of new developments, we can see stomach infrastructure is there. That is what people need.
While the Ekiti state government gets set to demolish and rebuild the burnt Erekesa market, the APC has accused the government of neglecting those who lost their goods to the inferno by not providing relief materials.
Next week, I will follow the letter myself to Abuja. Relief material.
With the war of words not abating and now matched with actions, political observers say the race to Okyayoba in 2018 is clearly not a child's play. Rashid, CoreTV News, Ado Ekiti.
The National Council for Arts and Culture has concluded arrangements to showcase local culture and customs as part of activities lined up for its 40th anniversary later this month. Director General of the Council, Dayakeshi, said at a news conference in Abuja that the events would be tailored towards exposing the potentials in the sector and its role in national development. She added that the Council also hopes to use the platform to draw attention of the private sector to the economic opportunities in arts and culture. The theme for the week-long celebration is the inevitable role of culture in national development and economic diversification.
That NCSC, as a strategic organ of government, has the latent capacity for contributing a lot to Nigeria's economic development, especially with respect to tourism arrivals and in building a strong rural economy that will benefit Nigerian women and youth, thereby giving them a sense of inclusion. We are unequivocal that there is the need for us as a nation to face squarely the challenge of preserving, protecting, and promoting our culture against the onslaught of globalization. This is because our culture represents who we are and the values that we share.
The Federal Road Safety Corps and other stakeholders have called for the creation of separate routes for trailers to curb incessant accidents involving articulate vehicles and other road users. This follows the accident on Wednesday in Lagos, where a container on a 40-foot trailer fell off the Ojuelegba Bridge onto the road below, killing 3 people as the fallen container crushed 2 private vehicles that were in motion. The stakeholders also urged the government to restrict the movement of articulate vehicles to midnight and put in place mechanism to ensure strict compliance. The President, Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Alhaji Rebi Bello, who recalled that the government had tried to restrict heavy-duty vehicles from moving during the day, said articulated vehicles should only be allowed to move at night. He also recalled that in the past, overhead barriers were erected at the bridge entry points to prevent those vehicles from passing through bridges. We'll take a break now, and I'll be back with more stories. Don't go away.
Every day, every hour, and every minute, news break in Nigeria. Things happen so fast, it's most times difficult to track and comprehend them. But that's what we do right here on Digit 360. 2015, would you want to come back again?
It's like asking Jesus Christ if he knew he was going to die, will you want to come back as the savior of the world again?
We do not just help you track the stories, we break them down, explore all the angles, analyze the issues so that you can fully comprehend the stories and use them to make the right decisions.
Welcome back. You can get all of our top stories on any of our social media platforms. On Facebook, it's facebook.com/CoreTV News. You can follow us on Twitter at CoreTV News NG and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/CoreTV with a space and news. Lagos State Government has restated its determination to ensure strict enforcement on the Road Traffic Law 2012. Restricting trailers and long vehicles from plying the metropolis between the hours of 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Permanent Secretary, Minister of Transportation Oluseyi Uweno, who spoke to journalists on the backdrop of the fatal accident involving a container-laden trailer on September 2, said the trailer contravened Section 2, subsection 1 and 2 of the traffic law. Uweno states that the state government will henceforth go tough on any trailer and long vehicle that contravenes the law, as such vehicle will be impounded and made to pay the stipulated fine accordingly. Meanwhile, leaders of various transport unions and associations in the state at the weekend rose from a meeting with officials of the state government with a resolve to support the new directive introduced in apprehending traffic offenders. Wenu at the meeting clarified the state government's position on the new directive, saying that LASMA officials have not been withdrawn from performing their statutory responsibilities on the road. He therefore solicited the cooperation and support of all transport operators in ensuring the success of this laudable initiative, and to also warn the members not to see this act of humaneness by the state government as a sign of weakness by attacking LASMA or any other enforcement agents. The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation has commenced the process of recovering over $7 billion, that's 1.4 trillion naira, in over-deducted tax benefits from joint venture partners on major capital projects. It was learned on Sunday that the corporation had also engaged an international accounting firm to ascertain the exact amount due to government on the strategic alliance contracts entered by Nigerian Petroleum Development Company, where up to $2.46 billion of government money would be recovered. In a report submitted to President Muhammadu Buhari by its new management detailing the corporation's successes so far, the Group Managing Director of the NNPC, Dr. Ibe Kachiko, stated that the firm has commenced its performance measurement and benchmarking. He added that the corporation had started what it described as value for money review of the NNPC and the JV companies covering the period of 2008 to 2013. The Senior Special Assistant to President Buhari on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu, in a statement on Sunday, disclosed that the NNPC report indicated that the new measures might lead to further cost recovery for the firm. Back to Lagos, where the state government says it will fully enforce the provisions of the law restricting street trading in the metropolis. Chairman of the State Task Force on Environmental and Other Special Offences, Olubukola Abe, a superintendent of police who gave the commitment while speaking to journalists in Alausa, Ikeja, said the new drive is to reduce the traffic congestion on the road, often caused by the activities of street trading. He affirms that Section 1 of the Street Trading and Illegal Market Prohibition Law 2003 restricts street trading and hawking in the metropolis. Section 7 and 8 of the same law gives jurisdiction and a power to the special court to order the seizure and public auction of items impounded for street tradition. He said his men are prepared now to step up enforcement of the relevant sections of the law, urging motorists not to encourage their activities by patronizing them. The Managing Director, Nigeria Sovereign Investment Authority, Uche Orji, has said the agency will attract more funding for investment in infrastructure projects. Orji, who said this during an interaction with journalists in Abuja, explained that the NSIA would achieve this through the setting up of a special facility that would aid the investment of pension funds' assets in infrastructure. As of July this year, the country's pension fund assets stood at 4.9 trillion naira. Orji said the facility, which is to be called the Nigeria Credit Enhancement Facility, was being worked on in collaboration with Guarantco, a company from the United Kingdom. He said the facility would assist the country in bridging the current infrastructure gap, which according to the federal government stood at 2.2 trillion naira annually. On progress so far made on the second Niger Bridge, he said the NSIA was still committed to actualizing the project. Already, he said the agency has invested a sum of $2.21 million, that's about 435.4 million naira, in the project. He said out of the 44-kilometer bridge, which could be constructed over a 4-year period, the NSIA would only be responsible for the financing of 11 kilometers. The project, according to him, is structured as a public-private partnership that will be constructed and operated on a design, build, finance, operate, and transfer basis. Saleh Donuma, Managing Director, Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria FAN, has said the new terminals at Nigeria's major international airports in Lagos, Abuja, Kano, Port Harcourt, and Enugu will be completed in 2016. According to him, when they are completed, Nigeria will become the hub of aviation in Africa. He said, adding that the airports will improve passenger comfort, increase capacity, and improve facilitation. Speaking in Panama during the annual General Assembly Conference and exhibition of the Airport Council International, Dunoma said the completion of these terminals will stimulate robust traffic growth in passenger and cargo traffic. He said though the 7.2% increase for passenger traffic from the mint countries, Mexico, Indonesia, Nigeria, and Turkey, as contained in the 2014 ACI World Airport Traffic Report, was commendable. This figure would experience a steady rise. The new international terminals are being constructed with a $500 million loan secured from Chinese bank under Stella Odua as aviation minister about 2 years ago. I'll be back with stories outside Nigeria after this break. Stay with us.
Is it crazy or autocracy? Or what type of crazy is that? Except crazy.
News making the headlines.
Black Maria is to carry criminals, trade looters that are in government today.
Sometimes it gets confrontational.
Slap you in the face. They don't put words into my mouth.
Whatever it is that will bring our military to disrepute, I say to hell.
On Core Digest,
I want to know why I should be believing them.
Every weekday, we bring all of these together and take them to the court of public opinion.
Everybody has a right in Nigeria.
Where you are the judge.
You can now watch CoreTV News live from anywhere in the world on our website www.coretvnews.com. Click on Live TV on our website and watch us live.
And welcome to CoreTV Primetime Days.
To follow us on Twitter, click on Twitter icon on our website. On Facebook, click on the Facebook and YouTube to see all our previous news production. You can also watch us live on YouTube. Click CoreTV, leave a space, then News. CoreTV News, our 24-hour news station.
Welcome back. Germany and France will reportedly take in 50,000 plus additional refugees as Hungarian Prime Minister Orban dismisses quota plan. French President François Hollande has announced his country will take in 24,000 refugees over the next 2 years, while it's understood Germany will take 31,000 additional people on the European plan, which is strongly opposed by Hungary. The figure, reviewed by the French leader on Monday, represents France's share of a European proposal to relocate 120,000 refugees. European Commission President Jean-Claude Juncker is due to unveil new proposals on Wednesday. EU officials have said Juncker will propose adding 120,000 people to be relocated on top of a group of 40,000 the Commission previously proposed to relocating. Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban told a gathering of foreign ambassadors on Monday that the plan could not be discussed under the EU's outer borders, because the EU outer borders, were not secured. Qatar Armed Forces soldiers, backed by 200 armored vehicles and 30 Apache helicopters, head to Yemen's Marib province. More Qatari troops are reportedly heading into Yemen with the aim of securing the Jav governorate. Around 1,000 soldiers from Qatar's armed forces have been deployed now to Yemen as part of the Arab coalition's fight against Houthi rebels. The troops are now reportedly heading to Yemen's Marib province to join the Saudi-led coalition already fighting in the area. Jimmy Morales leads with the most ballots counted, with 2 candidates running neck-to-neck for second spot in runoff. With more than 80% of votes counted, TV comedian Jimmy Morales led with 25.8% of votes, and Guatemala appears set for a presidential runoff in October after early results from Sunday's poll showed no candidate receiving close to the 50% of ballots needed to win the election outright. With just over 81.5% of votes counted by early Monday morning local time, TV comedian Jimmy Morales led with 25.8% of votes, followed by veteran politician and businessman Manuel Baldizin with about 18.6% of votes cast. Baldizin is followed closely by former First Lady Sandra Torres, who has 17.9%. Electoral officials said early signs showed the turnout was high at 80%. though official confirmation was not expected until later. The Associated Press news agency reports a runoff between the two top candidates will take place in late October. And that wraps it this hour. Join us again at 4 o'clock for a more comprehensive bulletin. I am Nifemi. Enjoy it.
Nigerians are expected to seek out the best.
2 words to describe the activity.
Nigerians are saying, say to you on
be the first to know.
On CoreTV News.
From the north, south, east, west, and around Africa.
Presidential
we break the news. Now you can catch all the actions live.
I belong to everybody.
As the news breaks, we are CoreTV News.
Welcome to CoreTV Primetime News.
A 24-hour news station.